Guys, it has been a while since I've uploaded on the channel, but I'm back. Look, the market has been slow. There has not been a ton of new and exciting things happening in the NFT space. Really, it's been a lot of the same projects and same things that we've been seeing for the past several weeks and even months. But I have not been completely MIA. I've still been minting projects. I've still been trading and flipping and collecting profit here and there with some of the opportunities that I've had. And so I want to share with you guys my top 5 strategies for not only surviving this NFT bear market, but thriving in it and taking advantage of the few opportunities that are out there. And I think these tips are going to be valuable to you guys who are showing up, you're trading and you're active every day in the space, but also if you're a beginner, if you're just starting in NFTs, or you're considering getting into NFTs, I think this video is going to be extremely valuable for you. My first strategy that I want to share with you guys is simple, and you guys may think I'm being dramatic or a little bit crazy, but it's to avoid the secondary market. If you're a trader and you're listening to this, you're saying, how am I going to avoid the secondary market if I'm trying to trade and flip NFTs? That's not what I mean. I don't mean completely, stop trading, but out of the 100 projects that are maybe going to mint tomorrow, I think maybe 1 or 2 of them are worth buying and the rest aren't. And realistically, if we're thinking mid or long term, probably none of the projects are really worth buying and holding on to. And the market is smart now. There's less people in the space that are actively trading. These people are here because they made money before and they're looking to continue it. They're addicted, and these are the more, intelligent people with experience in trading NFTs. So the margins of profit are extremely small compared to the bull run and months back. People are happy to take a 2x, and people are also happy to take a lot less than a 2x, where months ago a 2x was the minimum you were hoping to get off of a mint or off of a trade. I'm in a ton of alpha groups. I see these alpha callers in all these various discords. A lot of them call in multiple discords. Here's what they'll say. They'll say, okay, Project Valhalla, entry price 0.5 ETH, exit 0.65, 0.7. And yeah, 0.2 ETH profit on a day is incredible, right? You'll take profit no matter what it is. And I totally understand that. But that is kind of the margins that people are looking to get in and out of. Knowing that is key, because if you're buying Valhalla now at 0.5 and you're saying, oh, I'm going to exit at an ETH, there's a good chance it's probably not going to go there. And that's just because the selling pressure is very, very high and people are willing to get out much, much earlier. And so that's something that you have to keep in mind. Now, obviously, if you flip for 0.2, you got to keep in mind royalties, taxes, all of that. So really, you're putting up a large sum of money for a very small margin of profit, in my opinion, on most instances. So that's why obviously in the bear market, pushing free mints and very cheap entries is always going to be key. If you are buying secondary, be careful with the higher end stuff. And speaking of Valhalla, I think this is a great example to show you guys and just talk about really the strategy on secondary market. Valhalla was a hyped project, had a ton of momentum, also had a bit of FUD, but people thought this was going to be a successful mint. If you had whitelist, you thought, Valhalla surely is going to be a profitable mint. I had whitelist. I believe the mint for whitelist was like 0.5. Either way, the price topped out on that same day. It was literally, I think, in the morning when the project minted, it hit its peak price. It's December 6th today. It has not gotten close to getting back to its peak. It topped out in a few hours on mint day, and that's what a lot of these projects are going to do. Out the gun, the people who are able to list them right away are going to get the biggest profit, because just the selling pressure is so high on these collections. People are willing to take any level of profit that they can get on any mint. But for the most part, projects are getting that one big pump, but your time to get in and get out has to be very, very quick now. Whereas, months back or even weeks back, I would say, you had a little bit of time to consider, okay, do I want to hold or do I want to take what I have here? Strategy number 2 is going to be picky with minting. This goes hand in hand with being, very picky on the secondary market. There are a ton of discords, and if you're a holder of a bunch of NFTs, you're getting those collab giveaways, you're getting chances to get whitelisted for a ton of projects. The problem is that even though if you get whitelisted for a ton of projects like me, I don't want to mint most of these projects. Most of the projects that are minting in the bear are out of touch for one reason or the other. Either the supply is too high considering, just the demand in the market, or the mint price is too high. And usually it's going to be one of those, if not both, for a lot of these collections. Strategy number 3 is obvious, so I'll keep it very brief, but art is the meta right now. It is what is working. It is and always will be the meta. One of the biggest utilities for NFTs was to support artists and to support great art. And when you're in a down and a bear market, that really gets pushed to the forefront. People would rather have great art from emerging and upcoming and generative artists than to have, a mutant ape, Azuki penguin, derivative project. That's just the fact of it. And, you can see that in the top rankings on OpenSea as of late, where you have these projects by an artist. You got Metaphysics, Cosmic Bloom. Like, these are projects by artists. So following a ton of upcoming and emerging artists is something that is definitely working right now as they're dropping, various editions and collections. It's really a space that I haven't dove enough into. I'm starting to get into it. Obviously, I've been more on the PFP side of things, but PFP collections are not performing really well at all recently. So I would definitely start to pivot that way, at least for the foreseeable future. Strategy number 4 is really what we're starting to see pick up. It's been happening in the past month or two and even beyond that, but I think it's really at the forefront now. If you're in Twitter spaces, there are a lot of people kind of talking about this and pushing this idea of product-centric NFTs. My strategy would be to check these out because I think this is the future of NFTs. And I think if you get in on some of these early, it's going to pay great dividends. And I'll give you guys an example. There are projects now that are starting to act more as like tech startups, delivering products and services. Software as a service is a big thing that I know a lot of projects are talking about. And so I want to highlight an upcoming mint that is happening December 14th. So in 7 days. This is one that, still very low key, only 4,900 followers. I think it's one that people are going to kind of catch on as it gets closer to mint. This is going to be Mintage, and it's going to be by Sean Witherspoon, which I'm sure if you're into sneakers and fashion, you're very familiar with him. He won a Sneaker of the Year award with his Air Maxes that he created. Nikki Ads and then Brennan Russo are going to be kind of the core team. So you can head over to their website and get a great idea of the Mintage Pass that is going to be minting next week and, really the benefits of the pass. But essentially, Mintage is going to be focused around digital collectibles, specifically in like fashion. So if you guys are really into fashion, this is going to be something for you. And it's not just going to be on the digital side, but physical as well. So you will get, physical clothing or physical items. That is going to be something for you. Now, it's going to be a pass because they're going to have the Mintage market, where you will get access to whatever items they're dropping. And, obviously this team is very tapped in with, top end designers and people, in the fashion industry and celebrities and all of that. So really high end products are going to be coming out of the Mintage market. And so when we look at the past perks, they talk about best in class designers, artists, and Web3 visionaries. You'll be able to mint and get access to their collections. Free airdrops. You're going to get the access to the market where they're going to have rare vintage collectibles. And vintage is really kind of the core or center of the style that they're going to be taking as well. I want to give a shout out to Futureverse Pod because they gave a great thread on Mintage that I highly recommend you guys checking out. Gives you all the detail you need to know, but it gives you a look into, kind of the background of the team. Sean, he's worked with massive brands, Adidas, Nike, Porsche, won Shoe of the Year, which is massive, has a huge following. You've got Nikki Adler, who's worked with Snoop Dogg for years in his partnership and deals, working with, Adidas. Brennan Russo and team, they've worked with Snoop Dogg, Kobe, Rihanna, Pharrell, David Beckham. So huge ecosystem that they can pull inspiration and ideas from. The supply for the passes is going to be 1,500. So it's on that low end of supply, which is a huge upside. The pass price is going to be 0.5 ETH, which is steep, but this gives me GOATA vibes in terms of it's by a stacked team with a stacked network and ecosystem, almost like a can't fail level ecosystem. They're tapped in with Jeff Staples and all these other names who have been in the space for a long time, who are going to back it, want it to succeed. And when you have a massive network, all those people are going to come and support you. And with a 0.5 ETH price, you got to keep in mind that you are getting access to both physical and digital collectibles. And if you're into, fashion and clothing, this is going to be something that, 0.5 ETH, you're going to be more than happy to pay. My fifth and final strategy is going to be the shiny new toy effect. In the NFT market, we're always looking for what's the next new big thing? What is going to be the next home run project? The one that everyone's looking forward to, and the next one that people are actually going to hold and collect and join the community for the long term, because that is far and few right now. Most projects are simply getting dumped. And so what's going to be the next potential blue chip or proven winner? I would say Ether has a great chance to be that, and I think it's going to be one of the biggest mints of 2023. CV, one of the founders, has been sharing a lot of the sneak peeks on their Twitter. You can check out this one here. In my opinion, for a PFP collection, this is, top tier. I know that these aren't even final as well. They always emphasize that, but the details are there. I can see these working extremely well as PFPs. There hasn't been a anime style project that has even gotten close to holding up like Azuki has. Everything that we've seen that's been put out has been top-notch quality. Ether is a home run in my opinion. Next, we've got OperationSIN. It's one that had kind of that marketing and launch. You were seeing the Twitter spaces and the entire Twitter using, their SIN avatars and PFPs. Now, just today, they've announced and launched their website. They're talking about apply to earn. There's going to be assignments, access codes, collabs, whatever else. So OperationSIN is going to start ramping up. I expect it to launch in 2023. Obviously, this is going to be by Llama and the team from Llamaverse. And I just think this is a home run as well. Most people have, heard of OperationSIN. It's nothing new, but in terms of just like the marketing, it has been, completely on hold for the most part. And I would expect this to start to garner some real hype going into 2023. In my opinion, the shiny new toy theory and just kind of that strategy always works. Everyone's looking for the next home run. And if you can get in on that, it'll pay out. I hope you guys find these NFT bear market strategies helpful. Obviously, some of it is just common sense. And if you're active in the market, you already know these things. But I think with the examples I provided and some of the upcoming projects, I hope you guys found this valuable. Like I said before, I am gonna be back uploading on a weekly basis with videos and shorts. And if you guys ever wanna just hear kind of my analysis and see what I'm talking about what's going on in the NFT market, follow me on Twitter at HotTacoMD. Until next time, I'm out.